Hey, what's up, everybody? So in this video, I want to talk about flipping. Whether it be flipping coins, flipping rounds, it could be flipping poured silver. Is flipping precious metals, maybe gold, is it a thing of the past? Is it dead? Is it at least on life support? Um, so let's talk about it. This is gonna be my opinion, not advice, but just my opinions. Looking at flipping precious metals. So typically, when I buy collector's coins or collectible coins or collectible anything, it could be collectible poured silver, it could be collectible rounds, copper, silver. It could be collectible coins, such as this Rwanda proof rooster. This here is the Perth Mint proof swan. And typically, when I buy collectibles, such as what you see in front of you here, typically I don't buy them for a quick flip. I usually buy because I like them, I enjoy them, I like to look at them. But at the same time, there are certain things that I have bought in the past that I have bought because I wanted to, for a quick flip. Some of them I've been successful at doing, and others I have not been so successful at doing. So it's very difficult when you buy something to flip. It's very difficult to predict the markets, predict what people are going to really like. So the most recent flip that I bought that I was successful on, which a lot of other people were as well, was the Palladium U.S. Mint proof eagle from the U.S. Mint, which a lot of us flipped it for $600. Some of us might have threw it on eBay, maybe got a little bit more, maybe got it graded a 70 and made a lot more money. I chose to do it the quick way and just sell it to one of the big bullion dealers, made $600 and called it a day. But it's not something that's easy to do when you try to look at the new releases that are coming out and say, man, that's going to be really popular. There's only 1,000 minted, but is there going to be 1,001 individuals who are going to want that piece of whatever it is? I've bought some poured silver from Jaeger's poured silver, and I forget, it was like a antiqued, like a Kit Kat bar or whatever, and sold it for double of what I paid for it. So that was pretty cool. And then there's stuff like this here that you could buy and think that it's gonna be a low mintage, minted to demand, and then all of a sudden the rules are changed and there's a lot more available than what you thought there was gonna be. So then you run into those kind of situations. So, and I think also with the markets, or with a lot of people right now aren't buying as much, with the prices being a little bit lower. They're a little bit higher than they were a few months ago. But especially when silver was at $14 and some change, people weren't buying. And right now people really still aren't buying a whole lot of silver. So I think right now the flip right now is really hard. But there's also a short flip where you'll buy it, and then right when you get it, you'll put it on eBay and you'll flip it. And then I think there's also a long-term flip, okay? So I mean, these things here I bought this Rwanda proof rooster. I bought this not to flip. I bought it for the collection, and same thing with the proof swan. I know I only bought two of these, but I know there was people who bought 10 or more, so that they could put the extras on eBay. But I bought them to just to collect. So now I did buy these copper rounds for a somewhat of a quicker flip, but then it turns out that there's more. There was more that were minted than expected. So now there's a whole lot of them on the bullion dealers website. So these are not going to be an easy flip. Could it turn into a long flip? Um, you never know. It could, or it could also just sit in there and it'll just be worth whatever spot is 18 cents per round like this, because copper is what, like $3 or so for per pound. So when you buy stuff like this, especially copper, at $1 or $1.50 per round, you're definitely taking a gamble as far as if you're going to be able to do a flip or not. But let's talk about a long term flip. Um, and again, this is just my opinion. But let's talk about a long term flip. We're gonna move this stuff over to the side for a minute, and I'm gonna bring something else in here, and we're gonna talk about the Lunar series. So now this is from the Lunar 2 series from the Perth Mint, and these are the 3 coin proofs. And I'm gonna go ahead and open this box up for a minute and show you these awesome looking coins. Now this here is going for, this here I bought in 2016, and this is going for about the same amount of money that I paid for it through APMEX on APMEX's website. Now with something like this, now again, I didn't buy this to flip. I bought it because I enjoy it. But if you look at some of the older proof sets from like Lunar 1 series, now there is, most of the Lunar 1 series has a lower mintage than what the Lunar 2 series has. Lunar 2 series for these have a thousand sets. Now, one of the potential, I think, as far as Lunar 2, as far as a long-term flip, as is, will there be a Lunar 3 series coming out? And I think there's talk about it, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to do it yet or not. If there is a Lunar 3 series coming out, now that could draw in more collectors and people who start collecting the Lunar 3 series from their very first animal or coin that comes out and wants to get into collecting the Lunar 2 series, as far as the proof coins or the BU coins, are going to want to go back and pick those up. And that's when this could be a good long-term flip. But once again, I don't know if it will be, but it'll be intriguing to find out if the Lunar 3 series comes out, and then when, if it does, if it will increase the attention or the value or the number of people who are going to want to pick up these Lunar 2 series coins. So that's my opinion on the quick flip and the long-term flip. Pretty much, you never really know. I think the best flip is the one that's the really hot release from like the U.S. Mint that has the household limits, and when the big bullion dealers are offering $100 or more to lock in that and to sell it to the big bullion dealers, and that takes most of the risk out of the way as far as selling it on a secondary market. Because whenever you're selling on a secondary market such as eBay, you're always taking a risk. The seller takes all the risk, and the buyer really has very limited risk, because eBay normally, no matter the circumstance, usually always favors the buyer, and the seller always takes all the risk. So it's much, in my opinion, it's a more of a safer way to do it is flipping to the big bullion dealers, but there's a lot less that you can flip to them because they're not gonna, buy most things for a profit. So anyway, thanks a lot everybody for watching. Give me your opinions in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about the flipping aspect of precious metals. And I just think for me, flipping for the most part is not for me. That's not why I do this. I do this to preserve my wealth and also for a collection and to have a little bit of fun. So thanks a lot everybody for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot everyone.